So I'm going to project these rates. Non-medical mode. What is non-medical mode? Non-medical mode is administration, profit, risk, contingencies, sometimes reserves, sometimes capital. Okay? All of this is discussed in more detail in the slides that are in the packet, and I actually do. I have a booklet of handouts that we can you can walk away with as part of this. Okay? So why do we need to have all those things in? Let me give a very extreme example, and you all will chuckle about this. So let's say that all of us here collectively represented the board that was the Department of Insurance, and we licensed insurance carriers in the state of Wisconsin. Okay? And we had an insurance company come to us and say, I'm going to take capitation for the Wisconsin Family Care Program, and for the first 3 months of the program, I'm not going to have any bills come in, because remember that lag associated with data service versus data payment? And I'm not going to set it aside. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go blow it on cars and boats and houses. Would you license that insurance company? No way. Right? You'd be silly to do that. Okay? If any of you are taking capitation or global payments and you're not setting aside reserves, just like an insurance company, you just indicted yourself for inappropriate financial management. Right? It all flows downhill. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you're accepting risk, you need to have profit, risk, contingencies, reserves, and capital to deal with the fluctuations that are inherent within claims. It's just a given. You have to have that money set aside. So that's why there's such a thing as a non-medical mode. Profit is not a bad thing. Okay? I'm going to say something here, and I'll step behind the table so it's further in case anybody's got a really good arm and they're going to hit me. Do you know what the difference between not-for-profit and for-profit is? It's the zip code where they buy their groceries. There's no difference. There's none. Right? Not-for-profit just means not for loss. Right? There's no difference. Operationally, you need to run your business just like a for-profit entity does. It's just what you do with the excess money is different. But at the end of the day, you got to have excess money. If you don't have excess money, you don't exist. Right? We have it all wrong in this country, and I won't go off on this diatribe. That's another 2-hour presentation that I do. But I will tell you, we have it all wrong in this country, where we look at not-for-profit entities and we say the only way they're judged successful is by how many dollars they deliver to services on a percentage basis. That is the wrong way to judge not-for-profit entities. And I'll tell you why. Because why is it that for-profit entities are allowed to spend money on marketing, advertising, and non-direct care related dollars that ultimately bring in money for direct care dollars and not get chastised for it, but not-for-profits can't do that? Why are we so silly to say an executive director of a not-for-profit ought to be paid less than the guy flipping burgers at Burger King? On an hourly basis? It's ridiculous. If you want to get the best and brightest, we need to act like not-for-profit is no different than for-profit. And that's all I'll say on that issue, because it gets me crazy.